They were one of the most powerful and wealthy organizations in the world for nearly 1,000 years. But by the 18th century, they were on the decline. And in 1798, they lost their last territory when Napoleon invaded. So how did the Knights of Malta fall? The Knights of Malta were a holy order of warriors founded in 1099 during the First Crusade. Their mission was to protect pilgrims on their way to the Holy Land, but soon they grew to become a major power in the Mediterranean. At their peak, they controlled several key territories, including Malta, where they established their headquarters, as well as Rhodes, Cyprus, Crete, and large parts of Syria and Lebanon. They amassed great wealth, largely due to donations from European Christians, and built a formidable navy which dominated the Mediterranean for decades. However, their golden age began to fade as the Ottoman threat declined and Europe's power dynamics shifted. In the 1700s, the Order's territories began to come under increasing pressure from outside powers. The Republic of Venice, for example, started encroaching on their holdings in the eastern Mediterranean. And by the end of the century, the Ottoman Empire had grown weak enough that the Republic of France, under the rule of Napoleon Bonaparte, began its conquest of Egypt, which threatened the Knights' territories in the region. Despite this, the Knights still held out hope that they could regain some of their former glory when in 1798 Napoleon invaded Malta. The local governor realized that the island was vulnerable and without sufficient military support from the Knights, who at this point were more focused on their European holdings, decided to surrender the island to Napoleon almost without a fight. This left the Knights without a territorial base and in a weakened state, but the Order's work was not yet done. Over the following decades, they continued their efforts to provide humanitarian aid and relief to those in need, gradually evolving into a charitable organization. Today, the Knights of Malta are known as the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, a diplomatic and relief organization with a special consultative status at the United Nations. They continue to uphold their ancient traditions while carrying out modern-day missions, providing medical care, disaster relief, and other forms of assistance to those in need around the world. In many ways, the Knights of Malta embody the spirit of their motto, "Render unto others, even as you would receive from them." For nearly 9 centuries, they have served as an example of how faith and charity can inspire extraordinary acts of courage and compassion. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.